How's it going, guys? Football-ManagerYouthDevelopment.co.uk here. Welcome back to the next episode of our Charlton Moneyball playthrough on Football Manager 2016. In the last episode, we played the last three games of the regular season, so we managed to beat Brighton 3-1 at home. We drew 2-2 away at Leeds, and then in the final game of the season, we unfortunately lost against Burnley. So, obviously, we have now actually managed to make it into the sort of like playoffs, and we're basically going to be playing against Reading. We were 4 points clear of the team in 7th position in the end. So, to be honest, at the beginning of this kind of series, when I started, I would have been definitely more than happy to, get this kind of success at the beginning of the season. I think if I go to the board confidence, let's have a look. So, yeah, competition performance. I think we were basically, so they were asking us to get a mid-table sort of finish in the league. So the fact that we have actually got into the playoffs is a very big achievement for the team, and I think the Charlton team's actually pretty good when you do start off with it. They've got a lot of young decent players, and fairly good team to manage, I do think, if you're looking for a sort of nice challenge in the championship table. So I'm going to set the team up for today's game against Reading. When we do get into the game, it's going to be played on extended highlights. So yeah, I'll sort the team out and we'll kind of get into the first game against Reading. We're at home for the first leg, so obviously we do need to make sure that we get off to a decent start in this first game. Okay, so we're all ready to get cracking with this game. The lineup is getting fairly familiar now. So we've gone for Henderson in goal, Varela, Bauer, Saar. Brad Smith has come in at left back instead of Fox just for this game. Fox's form just of late is 6.74, so he's not particularly been doing too well, even though he has played over 42 games for us this season. Bringing in Kashi in the sort of defensive midfielder position, Cousins, Reed, Gudmundsson, Harriott on the left-hand wing, and George up front. So George has now got 14 goals for the season. Gudmundsson has certainly been our standout player for this whole season in terms of goals sort of scored. Yeah, he's managed to get 16 overall and 8 assists, so he's been a very big player for us this whole season. We're actually favourites for this whole game, so yeah, we'll start this game. I'm just going to pause it really quickly. So I am actually going to play this game, how I kind of normally would play it. Usually I kind of edit it a little bit, just to kind of cut the games down. But in this particular sort of gameplay, I'm just going to play it as I normally would play it. So yeah, hopefully we'll get a decent kind of result in this game. That's obviously what we're going to be looking to do. So Varela with the corner and Saar with a nice early corner. You can see within the first 6 minutes we've actually had about 7 shots on target, so absolutely peppering Reading so far. So Cousins bringing the ball forward onto George, who passes it back to Cousins, gets the ball out wide to Gudmundsson. I can see Varela's actually free up here as well. He doesn't actually need him though, and Cousins gets the ball into the back of the net for his 6th goal of the season. So I had brought in Brad Smith as the kind of left back. We're now going to see the highlights in 3D. So Reed with the ball out wide to Smith, who's got a pretty decent left foot on him, crosses it in. You can see we've got about 4 or 5 players there just waiting to put the ball into the back of the net, and Cousins is there for his 6th goal of the season. So within the first 10 minutes, Reading have not registered a shot on target yet, and we've actually managed about 8, and we're 1-0 up here. So fantastic start to the game. So Cousins through to George, Gudmundsson, and we're 2-0 up here, guys. So obviously, yeah, I really could not have asked for a better start here. So again, we're going to see this goal in 3D. So Williams kind of loses the ball out to Cousins, and yeah, Gudmundsson gets through on goal. To be honest, the way that he's been playing this whole season, there's no way that he's going to kind of miss chances like that. He's a really good player. I'm just going to passionately tell the players that, well, just encourage the players basically. So first 20 minutes, 62% possession, 12 shots, 6 on target, and Reading have yet to register a shot on target. So Hector with the ball through to, for Reading. Harriott picks up the ball. Reed tries to bring it forward, but he's tackled. John through to Vidra. Hopefully we can make a tackle here just to win the ball back. Williams out wide to Gunter. Williams picks the ball up in the middle. Gunter again, and Reading do pull a goal back with Payson in the 22nd minute here. So yeah, probably against the run and play, to be honest. We kind of run out of options on the right hand side, sort of left him completely unmarked. Henderson did save the initial shot from Payson, but yeah, he follows up with the rebounds to make it 2-all. To make it 2-1. You can see there that Reading have actually registered now 3 shots on target. Obviously, we're doing pretty well in this game. Just kind of looking to get through to half time now. I'm not going to be panicking with that goal that Reading have just scored. Obviously, I do think we've got a lot of firepower in our team to, get more goals and things like that. So Harriet with the ball down the left-hand wing. The ball drops to John in the middle. We need to be very careful just before half-time just to make sure we don't concede another one here. So Gunter with the ball out wide. And it's unfortunately happened. So Vidra with the goal for Reading to make it 2-all. So just before half-time, Reading have pulled it back to 2-all, which, considering the start we had to the game, is very disappointing. But yeah, Gunter again with the cross. We should have definitely dealt with that much, much better, I do think. But yeah, Vidra has made it 2-all in this game. So Reading have now registered 4 shots, 4 of which on target, but they have scored 2 goals. To be honest, I'm actually going to tell the players I'm far from pleased with what I've seen with them. Obviously, we did start off like a house on fire, but after that, it all just completely went pear-shaped. So it's very, very important that we do win this first game. Obviously, Reading are going to be at home in the next game, and they do have that 2 away goals basically. So Payson on to John for Reading. You can see that Reading are actually playing pretty narrow. So John gets the ball in the middle. Out wide again to Gunter. We do need to be closing him down. Henderson gets it out for a corner to Reading. Payson's going to take it. Reed should hopefully pick up the ball here. Payson gets onto the ball and we concede another corner here. So it looks like Reading are pushing us pretty hard in the second half. Obviously the first kind of like 10 minutes. 5 minutes of the second half. Williams with the ball through to Krul. And Reed wins the ball back onto George. Hopefully we can break here. So George onto Reed. And that fizzles out. So free kick to Reading here. A beater. And yeah, 3-2 to Reading here, guys. So it's really, we are getting completely undone with our kind of plan here. Obviously started off very well. So Krul puts the ball through. Obito is just completely unmarked at the back and he smashes it right into the top corner of the net. I'm going to have to go to control, I think. We need to be just getting onto the ball again and just carving out some more chances. So Gudmundsson passes the ball out wide to Smith. Reed with the ball. Harriet is going to take it inside. Kashi in the middle to Gudmundsson. See what's happening here. And that is a foul. So we got a penalty here, guys. I'm really obviously hoping that Gudmundsson can score this to make it 3-all. It's been certainly a pretty entertaining game. Gudmundsson does put that into the back of the net here. That's his 18th goal of the whole season. So 3-all here. To be honest, we definitely should not be in this position considering we did take a 2-0 lead. But yeah, we have pulled it back and it is now 3-all. So yeah, Gudmundsson puts the ball right into the corner of the net. And yeah, it's been a pretty weird game, to be honest. Obviously, we definitely shouldn't really be in this position that we're finding ourselves in at the moment. I'm going to encourage the players for the last half an hour. I'm also, when we get to the 75th minute, if it's still standing like this, I am going to make a substitution as well. I'll make that substitution now, actually. So I'm going to bring off George and I'm going to bring on Simon. What I'm going to do with Simon, I'm going to put him as a support target man, just so we have got somebody that's holding up the ball a little bit better when the ball does come up top. So obviously last 15 minutes of the game now, we've had 20 shots on goal, 10 of which on target, 62% possession of the ball. So Smith with the, yeah, he should pick up the ball and just do something pretty kind of, yeah, don't do anything stupid at this stage. So we try to find Simon in the middle, but the ball doesn't come to him. John with the ball out wide. The ball comes inside for Williams. Vidra, we need to be very careful here. Cousins picks up the loose ball. Payson onto John. Vidra, and yeah, it's now 4-3 to Reading. This game has just been absolutely ridiculous. I honestly don't know what the hell is going on here. So yeah, John puts the ball through to Vidra, who takes an initial shot. Our defender should have been much better there with dealing with the ball when it dropped to him. But yeah, unfortunately, that didn't quite happen. I'm a little bit of, I don't really know whether to kind of push this or just, I'll try pushing our wingers forward and just seeing if they can kind of do anything here. Okay, so I'll just pause it really quickly. What I'm going to do, I'll push our fullbacks on, and I've still got my 2 wingers on the support function. I'm going to put Cousins just as an attacking centre midfielder and Reed as a support midfielder. I'm also going to bring Morgan on for Brad Smith as well, just for the last sort of 3-4 minutes. I doubt there's going to be too many more chances in this game. At least if there are any chances, hopefully they won't be for Reading. But that is the final whistle here, guys. So it is 3-4. Really, really strange game. Don't particularly know exactly what happened there, but obviously we do need to be scoring. How many goals do we need to get? So we need to get at least a couple of goals, basically, because Reading have obviously got 4 away goals. So we're going to have to at least win about 2-0, I think, in the next game. I'm going to get the team prepared for the next game, and we will do the second leg in this episode as well. Okay then, guys, so I'm just getting the team ready for the second leg. I'm just actually having a look at the rules of the playoffs just to see if the away goals count as double, and I can't actually see anything where it says they are used. Away goals counting as sort of double. So I think we might actually only just need to score 1 goal to sort of draw it level at 4-4. Obviously, if we do manage to win it 2-0, then that would put it obviously 5-4 to us on aggregate. But I don't think we'd actually lose the game, on away goals. Looking at this, I might be wrong, but I can't actually see anything in the kind of rules here. So I think in terms of the team for this game, there's not really too many changes that I want to make. I think what I might do, I'm going to bring Morgan Fox back in at left back. But everyone else, I think I'm just going to leave as it is at the moment. There's not really anybody else in the team who I sort of do need to bring in. I do think we've actually got our strongest team on the field as well at the moment. Maybe Bergdich would need to come in to make it our very strongest team, but he's on 91% condition at the moment, so I don't particularly need to make any kind of further changes. And, Callum Harriott has been doing all right for us recently as well. Just wanted to show you the kind of development of Jordan Cousins as well. So he's now worth £7.5 million, and he's getting to be a very good all-round player at the moment. So 7.71 average rating in the league. He's got an 80% pass succession rate. He's got 6 man of the matches, 8 assists, 6 goals, and 47 appearances. So he has done absolutely amazingly well for us this season. He's got a resolute personality, and that he does actually get that resolute personality at the beginning of the game as well. So yeah, very good player is Jordan Cousins. Just to let you know, I did actually add the preferred move for him of gets forward whenever possible. Obviously I've got him on the central midfield role with the attack duty, so he will look to sort of like bomb forward whenever he needs to. Okay, so yeah, the players are all ready for the sort of start of the game. Basically just said we need to try and get revenge against Reading after the performance in the last game. So we'll crack on with this game and just see how it goes. Obviously, yeah, I really don't know what happened in the first game. It's a little bit of a weird one. Obviously going 2-0 up, really quickly at the beginning of the game, and then with Reading kind of pulling a goal back, it just a little bit of a sort of strange game, to be honest. We absolutely peppered Reading with the amount of shots that we did actually have on target as well. So Henderson picks up the ball here, pass it out to Fox, onto Harriott, who will hopefully take on the left back here. He's bringing it inside. I'm not too sure what he's going to do. Reed onto Gudmundsson, and I would have he should have really scored that one, to be honest. That was a pretty decent chance for us. So within the first 10 minutes, we've again had a lot of the possession of the ball, and we've not actually managed to pepper Reading with too many shots just at the moment. I'm going to encourage the players again just for them to sort of start pushing forward a little bit. What I am also going to be doing, I'm going to put my fullbacks on the attack duty. And when I get a chance to, I'm going to make sure that they are pushing forward, sort of like making the overlapping runs past our wingers. So just so we got a little bit of width. Obviously I know Varela can put in a good ball to the middle, and obviously Morgan Fox has got a pretty decent cross on him as well. So okay, so Varela with the throw in here. John gets the ball, Reed picks it up on the middle. Varela on the right hand side puts the ball into George. George is not able to get it, but Varela gets the ball out again on the right hand side. Vidra is going to run forward here for Reading, puts the ball out to Williams Blackman, and Reading have scored here, guys. So we do need to unfortunately try and get 2 goals just to make it back to 5-5. So yeah, we were pretty much caught out there from Reading. They kind of caught us on the counter attack a little bit. So Blackman left all on his own. Our fullback obviously should have just kept following the run here. Fox should have just kept following the run of Blackman. But we go into half time and it is 1-0 to Reading. So I'm going to go aggressively, I think, in my team talk. And what I'm also going to do is just make... Actually, I'm going to leave it as standard, but the team shape, I'm going to put it on as flexible, just to kind of make the players push forward a little bit more. So we need to really just get an early goal in this game. So Harriet with the ball down to the left, he should get it to Fox because he's doing them overlapping runs now, but it looks like nothing actually ended up coming of that. I'm going to push George on to be an advanced forward as well on the attack duty. So we're coming up to, well, we played about sort of 10 minutes of the second half here. So Vidra picks up the ball, Cousins gets it in the middle, Gudmundsson's going to run the ball forward. He looks for George, but George is not able to pick the ball up. The ball goes back to the Reading goalkeeper, who's probably going to pump it up long, which he does. We do win the ball in the air, but it drops to Gunter in the middle. Williams on to Payson, out wide to John. Again out wide to John, who's going to try and get the ball across here. And Blackman gets the ball into the middle. And I think that's pretty much game, set and match, unfortunately, for us. So yeah, we're going to see that in 3D, but obviously we've done pretty well this season, I think, to actually get into the playoffs, but maybe just a little bit of a step too far to try and win it and get into the Premier League in our first season. Blackman with the ball in the middle, and he makes it 2-0 to Reading on the night. Obviously in the first leg, I think that's where we maybe lost quite a lot of our confidence, and Reading come forward just with even more opportunities here. So Obita's got the ball. You can see here that we've not had hardly any shots on target, which is quite strange for my teams. Usually we do have quite a number of shots. George has been very disappointing in this game, so I'm actually going to take George off. Bring on Simon, I think. I'm actually going to use Simon as a target man, but on the attack duty this time rather than being a support, sort of target man. So I think I just need to kind of keep encouraging the players. Obviously, not too much more is going to really happen in this game. In terms of like turning it around, Reading have definitely got this one in the bag now. I do think we've given it a good shot, and we're obviously pretty unlucky. I do think obviously the first game is where we, it kind of sounds weird, but that is when we lost the tie basically. Like I did have a little bit of hope in this second leg, but yeah, I do just think that we kind of got the sort of wind knocked out of ourselves basically in that first leg, just being 2-0 up and then conceding all them goals basically, and not ideal in the slightest. So Harriet brings the ball forward, loses it in the middle. Hector pumps it forward. Cousins with the ball running forward, and that is the full-time result here. So we have lost that game. I'm just going to go calm with the players. I'm just going to say we're unlucky. To be honest, I think on hindsight, for this Charlton team to actually get in the playoff, the playoffs themselves, I think that was a very, very good, thing. I definitely didn't expect that at the beginning of the season. In the next episode of this series, I am going to be, probably most of the sort of summer transfers going to be sort of done and out of the way. We haven't exactly got a lot of money, but I am going to be shipping out quite a lot of number of players from the team, and I've also sort of highlighted some transfers, players that I do want to bring into the club. If there are any kind of big sort of players that do go out of the club, I think Jordan Cousins is one player that I am going to certainly be keeping hold of. But in terms of value of the rest of the players, let's have a look. So our most expensive players are Gudmundsson and Cousins. I don't really want to get rid of them to Bergdich. I probably would be happy to sell. Kashi, I would probably be happy to sell as well. Morgan, again, I wouldn't mind selling. I think Cousins and Gudmundsson, they're the two that are staying regardless, pretty much whatever bids we get for them, unless it's something like absolutely ridiculous. But I think most of the other players in the team are players I would consider selling if we do get pretty decent money for them. You can see that the value of the team is actually quite high at the moment. So yeah, I'm going to obviously just try and rebuild the team a little bit, and then we'll push on for next season, where hopefully we can actually just try to aim to get promoted sort of automatically next season. So I hope you have enjoyed this episode, guys. If you've enjoyed the series so far, do drop a like, subscribe to the channel, and of course do leave your comments, and we'll be back soon for the new season. Thanks for watching.